There, YouTube. This is Sci19 coming with you with finally for the wave 2 of my budget building channel. If you guys stay with me this long, I'd like to say thank you, and please keep subscribing. Please keep liking. Please keep giving me views, because the better that we get, the more that I can give to you, and the longer this channel can live. Like I've been saying in a lot of my old videos, that we'll be starting wave 2 with Royal Paladin Royal Paladin, and then going on from each of the nations, going on forward all the way down to Zoo, and we will be ending with Neo Nectar. So today I will be bringing you my Royal Paladin standard deck. It is not based around any of the current builds. This is a brand new build. Has nothing to do with Altmile, Blaster Blade, Alfred, anything like that. It's its own build separate to itself. Here we go. Knight of Heavenly Spear, Agganips. So Agganips has a very simple skill. Vanguard or Rearguard once per turn. You can counterblast, Soul Blast 1, and give itself and another unit plus 10k. And then if you have 4 or more damage, you can countercharge 1. So this is the starting Vanguard. I'm sorry, not the starting Vanguard, but this is the Vanguard that you want to be on all the time. So we'll get to that as we go along. For the other grade 3 that I play in this deck, I'm playing the Aggregate engine in this deck, which is only really 2 cards as of right now. I'm playing the grade 3 Aggregate Knight Fano. She has a Vanguard Rearguard skill act. Counterblast 2. Call a unit from your hand, and she and that unit gain plus 10k. So you can see how both of the Vanguards give themselves and another unit plus 10k. So you can make decent numbers in this deck. You just gotta be wary of your counterblast and your resources. Then we're gonna go into the grade 2s. We're going to go into the center of this deck, which is the reason why we're doing all this counterblasting and soul blasting. Stabbing Knight Regal. So her skill is every time that you soul blast, she gains 5k. Simple. And you're gonna see that she's gonna be soul blasting a lot in this deck. So she's gonna get a lot of power on her own. And in addition to that, the Vanguards can also give her good power. Our second grade 2 we're playing this is from the trial deck. The Altmile trial deck. Absolute Blade Knight Leverope. So his skill is Vanguard or Rearguard. You can counterblast 1 to superior call a grade 2 from your deck. But if you have no face-up damage, you can substitute that counterblast for a Soul Blast. So that also ties into Stabbing Knight skill, and you can use this to gain your to call out your Stabbing Knight. Our last grade 2 we play, because this is going to take a lot of cards out of the hand too. So this and soul, so you're going to have to replenish all of that. Loading Angel. So Loading Angel says if you have 5 or more rear guards at the end of your turn, you can counterblast 1, tuck him into the soul, draw 2 new cards. So he's refunding himself by 1, you're plussing by 1, and then you're also plussing by 1 because he goes into the soul. So you have more resources to use other skills. That's it for the grade 2s. Now we're going to go into the grade 1s. I play 3 copies of Knight of Rose Morgana. Now, this is a very old card. This is from set 1 of the reboot. Morgana's skill says when she attacks, you can Soul Blast 1. So again, excuse me, another card that gives Stabbing Knight power. And then she gains 3k for every grade of your Vanguard. So if your Vanguard is grade 1, she'll gain 3, 2, 6, 3, 9. And if you were to play the grade 4, she'll gain plus 12. So this is a very good card. She tiers with your Vanguard as you go along. And her skill also, like I said, helps Stabbing Knight gain some more power. I would play her at 4. I just have 3 copies. I will be picking up another copy eventually. But until then, I play 4 copies of Cloud Lancer G. Morris. G. Morris is a very simple skill. When placed, tuck a grade 2 to the bottom of your deck, he gains 10k. And later on in this video, I will show you all the combos you can do to really make your numbers burst out. And he's well a part of that. We play the other great ones we play are 3 copies of Pure Bright Unicorn. Because you do need soul. This deck works around you soul blasting cards, so you do need soul. And Unicorn says if you have 3 units in your front row, soul charge 1. And if you have 5 or more units, he gains +5. So he's also a 12k attacker or a 12k booster, which can also help make numbers. And then our final grade 1, like I said, we're playing alongside that aggregate engine. So we're playing Aggregate Angel at 3. Aggregate Angel says if you have 6 or more units, he gains +15k power. So he's a 20k booster by himself. So this alongside Stabbing Knight or Aggregate Ferno can make very good numbers in the 40k columns, 40k numbers columns, and can hit very hard. We're going to go into the grade 0s. Our starter, Glein. I had the SP one, so why not? We play 6 crit. I play 4 Flogel and 2 Sentinel Bellinus. So in this deck, we're playing a 6 crit, 6 draw format here, so that we have a good balance of what we need, because you need your pieces for this deck, and you also want to hit heavy with some crits. For the draw, we play 4 Uyelga and 2 Iso. Now, the 30k Sentinel is great and all, but sometimes you just really want to stop the attack. And that's why I consistently keep the draw perfect guards in this deck, because sometimes you just really want to stop the attack, and 30k is sometimes just not enough. And to top it all off, we play 4 heal triggers. I decided to go with the Elaine's for this, because it's really old. A lot of the cards in this deck are really old, so I figured that she'll go well with the deck. Alright, so enough with all that out of the way. We're going to show you some combos that you can do with this deck, so you can see just why we play what we play. So, let's say you have Agganips as your Vanguard. You have Fierno in your hand. Let's say you also have Stabbing Knight as the rear guard. Morgana as the Vanguard. Morgana as another rear guard. And let's see, what else do we do? You can go Aggressive Knight. I'm not sure, not Aggressive Knight. Aggressive Aggregate Angel. Sorry, get a little confused. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go Pure Bright Unicorn. So, you'll play Pure Knight. So, you play Pure Knight Unicorn. You have 3 cards in the front row. You'll soul charge, right? Oh, and mind you, with this deck, you can either go Force 1 or Force 2. I particularly would like to go Force 2, because you can make very good, decent numbers. And I've always put Force 2 under Aggressive Knight. under Stabby Knight first. I get all these names confused. Because she's the unit that can make the most power as of right now within this setup. What I would do next is I would go Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. I would give the Vanguard plus Stabby Knight plus 10k. Because I Soul Blast 1, Stabby Knight already gained another plus 5 off of her own skill. And then from there, I would just go, this is like your first grade 3 turn. I would just go swing with Morgana, activate Morgana skill, Soul Blast another. So Stabby Knight's power went from 15 to now to 20. And Morgana gained an extra plus 9, which makes her 17. Adding 17 to Pure Bright's 12, that would be 17 plus 12, 29. This is a 29k column by itself. Then we'll go swing 23, do your dry checks. And let's say if you don't get any triggers, this column alone is already swinging for plus 40. I'm sorry. I needed an extra unit on the board. That's my fault. Now it's plus 40 because she got plus 10 from the Vanguard, plus another 10k from the 2 skills here. And then the Angel, because I have 6 or more units on the board, he becomes 20. So this is a good combo that you could use if you have this Vanguard on the board. So I'm going to show you another combo you can use if you have the other Vanguard in this deck on board. So just give me a minute to set up and we'll get right to it. All right, so we have Fierno on the Vanguard circle. Then in our hands we have Agrit Angel, Morgana, Stabby Knight, G Morris, and Pure Bright Unicorn. Those are the 5 cards we have in our hand to make this setup work. And then we have an additional 2 counterblasts to work with. Move that in back. So this is how this setup would work. First thing is first, we would call Stabby Knight to the field. Then we would go into Fierno skill, which is Counterblast 2, to call a unit from your hand to the field to give her and that unit plus 10k. So from there, we would go into calling Aggregate Angel. So Aggregate Angel and Fierno both gain plus 10k. Then from my hand, I will play Morgana, Pure Bright Unicorn to gain a soul, give it plus 5, and then from my hand play G Morris to send a grade 2 from the drop zone back to the deck to give him plus 10k. And again, we're always going to go with Force 2. And we're always going to give Force 2 to Stabby Knight. So as our board sits right now, we have plus 10k, plus 30, plus 5, plus 10. And then from there, we will swing with Morgana first, Soul Blast to give her another plus 5, give her another plus 5. So now, this is 16, 26, 26 plus 9. This is now a 35k column alone. And then this is 23 plus 12. It's now 30. This is also a 35k column. Then you do your twin drive. This is now 30, 40, 45. So as you can see, you can hit high numbers, which when You can hit high numbers in any way that you go with this deck. It's just, again, this is another deck that you have to do a lot of resource management and know when to play the right cards in which order. That's all this deck needs. It needs a good pilot. It's a very good deck to start with. It has a very high ceiling. It can go much higher than what I just showed you. If you had a good pilot behind it. And I believe those who watch this video and take the time to learn the deck can be that good pilot. So if you like what you saw, I hope you all did. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Give me any ideas for what you would do with this deck, or if you guys like the deck and if you tested it out, and if you have any questions, leave down in the comments. Like I said, this deck is very inexpensive to build. Does not cost much at all. A lot of these cards are commons and cheap. Commons are cents. So if you guys like what you saw, please, like I said before, leave a like, subscribe. Please share this video, share the channel, share everything. The more people that we get to see this channel, the better this channel would be. And I could not thank you more for all the views and likes that I have so far. I know we can do a lot better in the future. But as always, see you later.